Hey, good day, good day. Hey, just in case you're joining me for the very first time, I'm your host, the one they call Glaze Gibbs. This is my story. This is my ministry. I am not your typical minister. Look, hit that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram, Glaze Gibbs. Look, my story is a true story of change and redemption. Like I told you, if I can change, anybody can change. Get your signed copy by emailing me, Brian, Brian, Gibbs, Gibbs, 1201 at yahoo.com. Today, what I'm going to talk about, today, like I'm saying, January 13, 1982, 39 years ago. 39 years ago, I was on my way up, I'm saying, to Elmira Correctional Facility from Rikers Island, C-74. That particular morning, I can remember like 5 o'clock in the morning, that cell door cracked. Okay, here it is right now. It's normally around 5 o'clock in the morning, the cell door cracked for all the inmates to get ready to go to breakfast. Or even right now, getting prepared to go to court or getting prepared to transfer to go upstate. That particular day, guess what? It was a Wednesday, January 13th. And I got ready. Like I said right now, was because I knew that I was about to go upstate to serve my time. I just got sentenced to 2 to 4 in Queens for a robbery charge and 2.5 to 5, you know what I'm saying, in Brooklyn for another robbery charge. So I knew that I was going to go upstate to pay my due to society, to pay my debt for committing crime, you know, being a young, dumb, innocent kid. You know what? What's so innocent about that? When you out there, you know, you doing dumb things and you getting caught up into that fast life at an early age. Here it is right now, 18 years old. Okay, I'm supposed to be ready to go to college. Okay, but what I was doing is I was going upstate to serve time. So as I went to breakfast, you know, a bunch of inmates, we left there. And like I told you right now, we went to C-74 holding cell. Those that, like I said, was going to court, guess what? They went to court, and those that was going upstate, I can remember what wound up happening to us or whatever. We get searched, stripped. Next thing you know, right now, we had to wait it shackled. Because on that particular day right now, it was a blizzard. It was a blizzard. So right now, as me and 30-something other dysfunctional, you know what I'm saying, you know, adolescent, got prepared, you know what I'm saying, to take that ride from Hazen Street, East Elmhurst, Queens, New York, to Elmira Correctional Facility, Elmira, New York. Normally that ride take about 4 hours. So I can remember they shackled our hand, shackled our, you know what I'm saying, our feet, you know what I'm saying, putting us on that bus. It was like a bus, like, you know, more or less like a Greyhound, you know what I'm saying, a trailway. But no, here it is right now, we was heading upstate to serve our time. Now, like I said, that trip normally take 4 hours, but it was a blizzard as we left New York City and headed through the mountains, going to Elmira Correctional Facility. So what should have took 4 to 5 hours maximum wound up taking over 10 hours as we was going through that snowstorm, that blizzard. And I can remember getting to that big wall, you know, and you looking around, and as you looking around, you seeing the gun tower. You seeing this big wall because Elmira was a maximum age security facility. So now when you get there and you're looking all around or whatever, and they open that gate and they let us through. And here it is right now is they took us off the bus one by one. I'm talking about it's freezing cold. I'm talking about the snow was coming down like nonstop. So as we enter into the facility, and you know, what they did was they unshackle us all. Once they unshackle us, then right now is they strip us. All of us had to strip butt naked, okay? And they spray us. I'm talking about they spray us for bugs, okay? Then all of a sudden right now is, you know, they gave us some clothes for us to get dressed, like, state, you know, say underwears, state greens, state towel, state blanket. And the crazy part about all that is this: we had to go through this big section, and you can hear a bunch of noise. So basically right now in the reception center, I'm talking about right now, you had hundreds of cells, you know, 2 sides. And I can remember, like you say, as you're going through there, you know, right now is you got approximately, I don't know, like, you know, 300-400 on one side, 300-400 on another side. And guess what? You got people as we walking through there, you know, they just yelling at the top of their lungs, you know what I'm saying? New Jack, new Jack, new Jack, like fresh meat. because once again, you're not in the city jails no more. Now you're in a prison. So all these guys that probably been there, you know what I'm saying, days, weeks, months before you, they still in reception, waiting to get classified to go to their permanent destination for the time being. So they there, and you coming through there, and only thing you just hearing the words, New Jack, New Jack. And to me, just so happened, you know, I got words like back from friends, family members that was up there already telling me like what to expect, trying to prepare me for this or whatever. So you know what, as we going through, they ain't going yelling at the top of the lungs, New Jack, you got some of these guys like literally pissing on themselves, scared to death. You know why? Because it's a hell of a situation. It's a scary situation. And as you hearing that, I'm hearing some of the guys that I was cool with, that I was down with, that I was on Rikers Island with. They going amazing, Glaze from East New York. Yo, Glaze. You know what I'm saying? As we walking through. So I can remember that very first night as we walking through and we get to our cells. And as we get to our cells, I can remember that particular day, the heat was blasting. I'm talking about I was hotter than all outdoors. So, you get into your cell, and then right now is as the cell closed, because like I told you, when I got there, when you get to Elmira, they give you numbers, okay? Here it is right now. I went there as a young Brian Glaze Gibbs. But once I got there and all the inmates got there, I was no longer Brian Glaze Gibbs. I was now a number. I was now inmate number 82B0082. Okay, and I was trapped and I was stuck for the next 3.5 years in what, folks? In a cell, okay? In a cell, in jail, without no bail, in jail because I fell. Folks, listen, man, this is reality, man. Crime doesn't pay. Look at this, man. This is a jail cell, and that's where I was at 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? Period. Locked in a cell. I'm talking about not knowing what the outcome gonna be. Okay, even right now is I stay in Elmira for a couple months. And the crazy part about that is you got, you know what I'm saying, you got your own window. You can open up the window. So you can buy a commissary, but you basically locked down in this cell all day long. Okay, waiting for them, like going through tests, waiting for them to classify you to see what you're eligible for. Whether they're gonna send you to a Max A facility, whether they're gonna send you to a Max B facility, whether they're gonna send you to a medium A facility, a medium B facility, or whether they're gonna send you to a camp. Just so happened right now, based upon my record, I was sent to a Max B. I was designated to go to Kasaki. But as I was there in Elmira for a couple of months, folks, like I told you, I got a couple of visits, here it is right now, my moms, my pops, they came up to see me, and right now it's like, look, like they got to travel all the way from New York City to come up there to visit me. I was buying commissary, and I'm talking about it was cold, snow outside. So guess what? When we went to commissary and you buy your cold product, like your meat or whatever, guess what, man? I was actually taking my meat to keep it cold because you don't got no refrigerator, putting outside, putting it in the snow as a refrigerator to keep my, sandwich meat cold. Folks, that's real life. That's what these characters go to each and every day. That's what these inmates go to each and every day. What's cool about that? I'm talking about right now at 18. I'm supposed to be getting ready to go to college. But I'm in jail. I'm in prison, locked down. You see this? You see the jail cell? What you see? You see the sink? You see the toilet? You see the bed? You see the cage? Folks, look, crime doesn't pay. It doesn't. I don't care what anybody say. I was once the problem, now what I'm seeking to do. At this present time, I'm seeking to be part of the solution. How do I use my story, my life experience, and share it, and hopefully get somebody out there to listen, to understand the words that come into my mouth, and letting them know right now is, guess what, it wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Fast money, it wasn't worth it. Out there in that street life, it wasn't worth it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read an excerpt from my book. Okay, Beyond Lucky, the Brian Glaze Gibbs story, crack, money, murder, redemption. I'm gonna read an excerpt from that, okay? Here it is. On January 13, 1982, I was transferred from C-74 Rikers Island to Elmira State Prison, upstate New York. The ride to Elmira ranged from, 4 hours. But this particular evening, because of the blizzard, it took 10 hours. I can recall about 30 other inmates and myself being shackled down on a bus as we headed into a blizzard, a snow blizzard. Upon arriving, all I could see was Elmira, long, tall, and grayish wall with the big steel door. I was inmate number 82B0082, which designated me as the 82nd inmate to enter in Elmira in the year 1982. And what I'm saying, folks, look, what was that about? You know, here it is. You lose all rights. You lose your identity. You lose your name. Now you become a prison number. Now you become an inmate number. Come on. As they slowly open the large steel doors and the bus enter, we was escorted off the bus into the facility, which was cold and wet. After leaving the bus, everybody was unshackled and strip searched. Next was disposal of our clothes and being sprayed for bugs. After the spraying, we was processed, shower, given green uniform, underwears, and a blanket, and then shown to ourselves. Man, I can still remember how hot it was that night, folks. I'm just saying. Listen, look, in the morning, as we left our cell, heading to the cafeteria, after eating, we headed back to the dorm. A two-sided tiers, 3 floors, okay, high and approximately 8 feet high. The cell was divided into 2 sections. Therefore, at any given time, there could be a total of 492 inmates, 246 inmates on each side. As I walked through, all I heard was 492 inmates yelling at the top of their lungs, "New Jack, New Jack, New Jack." Keep in mind, okay, these are all murderers, armed robbers, burglar, rapists, arsonists, okay? Seasoned in prison, okay? But yet and still what they was doing is they was planting fear. They was scaring the other guys, you know? And what I'm just trying to say right now, what's funny about that? From a psychological standpoint, look, the condition. I'm saying right now, everything that you had to go through. In all honesty, that was hazing. But you got hazing in military, you got hazing in college, and you got hazing in prison. People do not care. But what I'm just trying to say is, folks, listen, man, it's no shortcut in life. Like I told you, I was once the problem. Now I want to be part of the solution. I, Brian Glaze Gibbs, want to use my life experience, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and share it with anybody that's willing to listen. And the effort to get them to understand these words. Look at it. These words. Crime doesn't pay. Crime doesn't pay. Crime doesn't pay. Repeat it. Crime doesn't pay. You know what? It's nothing cool about being in here for a day, a week, a month, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, for the rest of your life over some stupidity, folks. We are better than that. And what we have to do is let each one of us know. Let these kids know you love them. Let them know they have a future. Let them know to stop picking up that brick, throwing that prison wall for absolutely nothing. You know what? Listen, man. Here it is. Look at what I'm doing. I'm sitting in front of a camera, record myself. You know what I'm saying? Share my ministry. I am not your typical minister. But what I'm doing, share my life experience, hoping that it's going to reach and touch someone. That it's going to get them to understand right now, if I, the one they call Brian Glaze Gibbs, can change, anybody can change, folks. Why? Because change comes from within. Change comes from, you have to want to change. Like I say, by the time I was 18 years old, I already had full felony conviction. At 18, robbing, stealing, burglarizing. You know what I'm saying? Shooting people for what? Because I wanted to be down. I wanted to be cool. I wanted the latest designer pants, shirt, sneakers. Come on. Hat, coat, for what? Listen, folks, like I tell you, here it is. It's easy to get in trouble and hard to get out of it, man. Let's teach these kids, the younger generation, the right way. Get them to do the right thing, you know what I'm saying, in the very beginning. Let them know it's no shortcut in life. Like I told you, hit that like button. Subscribe, you know what I'm saying, to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram, Brian Glaze Gibbs. Listen, Here it is right now is Crime Doesn't Pay. Get your signed copy. This is a blueprint. You know what I'm saying? That will save your child, my child, any child that wouldn't listen. It will help them to stop making that multi-billion-dollar prison system their permanent address. Email me to order your signed copy at Brian, B-R-I-A-N, Gibbs, Gibbs 1201 at yahoo.com. Take it for somebody that know. Been there, done that. It's not worth it. I don't wish this upon my worst enemy, folks. It's nothing cool. This right here, you talking about issues, you talk about psychological, mental, you know what I'm saying, issue. Yeah, stay in that sucker for years, days, months, weeks at a time. Trapped in a cell, being claustrophobic, being locked up. You know what? Being in jail is like being buried alive. Take it for somebody that know, folks. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, order your copy, order your merchandise. It's all in the description box. Once again, this is Brian Glaze Gibbs. Crime doesn't pay. If I can change, anybody can change. Because change comes from where? Within.